Hello and welcome back to Retro Pixel Castle. You may remember I did a second taking a look on it a little while back, and we built a nice little town up in here. However, the game did update, so this is not the exact same town that we built last time. I got us up to approximately where we were before, but the terrible zombie chest plate holding farmer person, he no longer exists, mostly because no one liked him because he was wearing a zombie chest plate. And quite frankly, that's disgusting. That's terrible. You don't do that. Anyway, we've got the basics here. We've got the lumber shack we had before, the bowyer, 4 farms, churning away at tons of food that hopefully, people won't die. Hey, Greg, what's going on? He's incredibly hungry. He's starving. Greg Sanders, find some food. You can't sleep off hunger. Greg Sanders is attempting to sleep off hunger. I don't know if that'll be successful, but we'll see. We got the bow towers up and a few golem combobulators. So the roadmap for where we're going in the future is we're going to need to set up, first off, the stone production, which is the mining facility, which is over here in the building. We're going to need to build a mining facility, and we're going to need to get the second level building resources up and running. That will be the planks and the cut stone both need to get up and running as soon as possible. And at the same time, we'll have to continually upgrade our defensive line so that, we don't get overrun. We have our god powers, but, we'll use them at last resort, because we really want our defensive position to hold on its own. That's usually the best situation. So let's set up a nice little mining facility. I ideally want it right next to the rock because, mining facility, rock, it's kind of what they do. So we're just going to take out a bit of this crystal. Jessica Alba! Jessica Alba? What? You're dead! Well, let's degrade the corpse into its natural essence and it shall be used to combobulate golems. She starved to death, which is unfortunate, I will note. However, it does say up there that we do in fact have 3 raw food. And thereby there's really no reason for Jessica Alba to have, starved to death out in this village when there was in fact food sitting there. It's been rough going, I have to say. Just based on the fact that we have so little starting food, there have been some starvation issues, as you can see. We might be able to foray out and get some more food. I don't know where other sources of food are on the map. Oh, there's one right here. We could cut a little hole in the wall and go get it. Oh, we're gonna have to do it. Dismantle the wooden wall. We're gonna go out and get some food. We're gonna bring it back in and then build our wall. Because I don't think I explained this quite thoroughly in the last video, enemies won't attack these walls so long as they have another option of getting into the village. So we can completely cut off paths by building walls and allowing only one entry point. And this is our main entry point here, which is defended by a bunch of golem combobulators, some bow towers, and apparently, I didn't think this through very well, but it empties out directly into the village center. Which, when you think about it, really not the best thing to have happen, but, you gotta go with it. You gotta do what you gotta do, Okay, we're gonna get our farmers out there to pick that stuff up. Hey, skeleton? No. Our farmers are going to work. You are not allowed to try to kill our entire village when our farmers need to go out and get some fresh food. My word. So ridiculous. Are there a ton of hungry people out here? Why are there so many hungry people? There's 3 food in here. My goodness. I'm sure they'll figure it out soon enough. Don't worry about it. They've got it under control. So we're building up the mining facility. It just needs, all of its stuff. How's the food collection going? Who is this? Jacone Ford. Mr. Jacone Ford, if you could speed it up. There are starving people in the village who very seriously need that food immediately. I believe we have 6 farmers. We do have 6 farmers. That's actually a pretty good quantity. Even super large towns don't really need more than like 12 farmers. Just so long as we have enough farms to actually keep them constantly working, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Looks like they're using most of this to plant the new field, which is nice. We just installed this field. It's state of the art. It has at least one singular plow somewhere in the field. Probably, maybe, not really. I can't promise that there's even a single plow in there. There might not be even one plow. They have to till it with a hoe, which is unfortunate because tilling land with a hoe is much more difficult than tilling land with a plow. In case you wondered how, farming technology works. That's like farming technology 101? I guess. I don't know if it's 101. That might be... it's hard to tell. It's hard. I'm not an agriculture specialist, so I couldn't particularly say how advanced the difference between a plow and a hoe is within, Greg Sanders! No! And yeah, that is a really embarrassing thing to write on the tombstone, especially since we had 4 food. Greg Sanders, eat your disgusting food! How many people are starving right now? 6 villagers are starving? Are you joking me, Greg Sanders? Your body is going into the great void. Jeez. Well, I guess a ton of people are starving right now, which is not a good thing. Guys, there's food that you can probably pick up right here. Just go for it. Just pick up the food. I've never had this particular issue before. Most maps I start on have a decent amount of just starting food, which is usually quite helpful. This one, not so much. I think we're gonna lose a few more people before this starvation bout ends, unfortunately. There are a lot of hungry people out here. That may mean that we need to, really speed up the production of a kitchen. That was what we were producing at the end of the, taking a look, but I mean, it's not really that vital that we have a kitchen all that quickly, at least usually. In this situation, since these people don't seem to be able to eat properly, we're gonna have to feed them with a kitchen. And I believe a kitchen, if I'm correct, let's just see, where is it? It is not in here, it's in aid. A kitchen does require cut stone. So we're going to have to finish the mining facility and then build the stone cuttery before we can get a kitchen up. That's going to be a while. So many people are going to die a terrible and horrible death at the hands of our old foe, humanity's greatest enemy. Starvation. That's not actually true. I'm fairly certain malaria is significantly more concerning of an enemy to humanity in general than starvation is. Although starvation, I would say, is an enemy of pretty much everyone, as nobody likes starvation, and starvation does generally try to kill people. When you don't like it, and it tries to kill you, it's generally your enemy. Wait, is the starvation over? Basically. I mean, there's just one person who's still starving. Wow. Nice job, farmers. You got on top of it. Is there still food down here? There is. You guys need to get all that food out because come nighttime, we are going to have to close that gate or we are going to be absolutely overrun. I mean, these bow towers are really our best defense at this point. If we don't have bow towers up in an entrance, I mean, it's just going to be zombie feasting time. We're going to be laying out the silver platter of brains for the zombies to come in and just be like, what is this? A delectable, delicious little villager brain. And all of the villagers will, of course, be screaming and just running around, flailing their arms because they're not good at fighting. What? What are you talking about? None of them trained in combat because, the combobulators are supposed to do that. I mean, I guess technically the golems, but the combobulators make the golems, so it's close enough. Okay, in the very least, things are going okay. We should probably... I guess we could begin building the stone cuttery at this point. It should be built relatively close to the mining facility. I think... How much space is there? That's 5 space. Can we fit anything in 5 space? This is a good question. Can a kitchen fit in 5 space? It can't. What about... I mean, we want to use our space, ideally, as well as we can. Looks like we can fit small storage spaces in here. So we can fit some, like, small food storage spaces in there. And we'll just build up a stone cuttery, and it'll be fine. We'll live, I swear. Probably. Maybe. Okay. We're gonna give ourselves somewhere around a 7 to 8% chance of long-term survival at this point, okay? Look, that's not bad. I mean, it sounds bad. When you put it out as a number, it sounds bad, but it's actually not... okay, it is pretty bad. Our chances of survival are quite slim at this point. But, I mean, nobody's starving, right? Oh, one person is starving. Okay, never mind. Okay. So starvation does continue to be a constant issue for the poor villagers, which, you know, they'll get over it eventually. Once we get a kitchen up and people start eating rations instead of disgusting carrots, then at that point, I'm feeling like they're gonna be pretty happy. Let's just hope that that's a thing. Are you eating a single delicious carrot? Nice job, Kiernan Shea. What a name. Anyway, she clearly was better than the ones who starved because she understands how to eat things and maintain her general health through the feasting upon things. Hey, you. This is a headless zombie, by the way. He's super weak, but he was trying to chase down our farmer, and I'm not having any of that. You are not going to chase down our farmers. Please. Okay, we need to close up that wall immediately. If we don't close up that wall, like, literally at this moment, hordes of undead are going to pour into our village and try to murder face everyone. And in case you've never heard of murder face as a verb, it's a very bad thing. It's a very bad thing. It's maybe the worst thing. Not quite, but pretty close to the worst thing. It's where your face is dead. Nobody likes their face being dead. Personally, I'd rather have my entire body be dead than just have my face be dead. Because I don't know what it would be like to have a dead face, but I don't imagine it would be enjoyable at all. Looks like we got everyone's sending the resources over to the wood wall, so we should be under control there. We can start production back up on, of course, the stone and stuff. Oh my word, are you booking it to build that wall? We only actually need one of the two points built of this wall. Where are you going? Kiernan Shea! I said that you were a really good villager because you learned how to eat. Oh, good, she's on the right side of the wall. Oh, had she gotten stuck out there, I mean, I don't know if I would have saved her. I could have. I mean, it's not outside of my ability. I'm just not sure I would. Because that's a pretty foolish move. And I mean, do we want people who are willing to make such foolish moves in our colony? I don't know if that's a thing. It's kind of like natural selection within the village. We just have to let people die. It's just how the world works, unfortunately. Poor Kiernan Shea would have been murdered dead. Oh, nice. The mining facility is up and running, which should speed up the production of stone, because stone, quite frankly, does take a good amount of effort to actually cut out of, like, you know, thick rock walls. I would assume that most people already know that, but, I mean, there is the situation where not everyone has ever, you know, tried to cut stone out of a thick stone wall, and I mean, I will admit I've never particularly tried to cut stone out of a thick stone wall, but I do understand that it's fairly difficult work. That's why we have things like jackhammers and pickaxes and TNT, mostly TNT. That's probably the better of the moves, although, I mean, that's arguably the better. That depends on what you mean by better. It's definitely the easier. Just tends to blow everything up in its vicinity. So if there happens to be, like, I don't know, just a cow chilling out on the side of the mountain that you're trying to, like, blow up and get some nice little stone to build, I don't know, a gazebo, then unfortunately that cow is going to be turned into little giblets just flying everywhere, which will not be good for food, by the way, because I don't know if you've ever seen a cow turned into giblets, which I hope you haven't. That's terrible. But I imagine it would go everywhere. And at that point, you'd have to pick the dirt off of every individual little cow giblet. And, I feel like that's too much effort to eat a cow. I mean, butchering it, fine. Like, having to pick dirt off of individual giblets, not so much. Not so much. That's way too much. So much effort. And now you have a very nice mental image of a cow just exploded into little giblets just flying everywhere. Don't worry, that's free. It's on me. Mental images. Courtesy of Interfell. That's how we roll. That is how we roll. Oh, is the stone cuttery almost done? Thank goodness, that tangent went on for way too long. Even I was concerned about that tangent by the end of it. Not to say that I'm not concerned about most of the tangents, but you know, that one was particularly concerning. Okay, so we should start getting some nice cut stone out of that one, and we should fairly quickly start getting some food storages up. I mean, I know I said we wanted rations ASAP, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Regular storage, food storage, okay. So, there's a small food storage. We'll shove a couple in here. Basically, we need to produce food not only for now, but for the winter as well, as I may have stated in the taking a look. So, in order to store up enough food, we have to have food storage, and actually a decent amount of food storage. That's not even going to be close to enough. I'm probably going to cut out this area, add a few more farms, and then, like, food storage along here. In the end, we don't need that many crystals, so, I mean, we could just leave this red crystal patch as our main village source of crystals. It's actually a pretty big crystal patch, and if we throw like a crystallic motivator, which grows crystals faster, we could potentially, you know, use this exclusively for all of our crystal needs. That'd be great. Oh my word. How's it going? Oh, looks like Bartholomew is on his own fighting off the terrible creatures of the night. Sorry, I just paused there because I remembered that that needs to be unset. People cannot be walking out there and trying to get food. Well, in the very least, things seem to be under control. The golems are doing their job, you know, generally trying to beat to death some skeletons. We do need to turn this entrance into a choke point at some point so that all of the enemies are coming down one single tile, because then we can use some pretty clever little tricks to do some extra damage to them. But for now, it looks like it is spring of day 4 and summer will arrive in 1 day, which is not necessarily a good situation. In the summer, crops will grow, but they grow at a slower rate, and right now we just don't have a ton of food. It's not a good situation. But for now, that will bring us to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time we shall return and continue to build up the nice town that we have here. And hopefully we should be able to get a kitchen and potentially even a lumber mill so we can get to more complex buildings. But until next time, thanks for watching, and of course, enjoy the rest of your day.